Good morning and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I'm Razzle11 and you can find me on X at Razzle11Grinds. Here to take a look at the pitching for today, the 16th of August. It is Sunday and we do have an 8-game main slate ahead of us on DK. Might be a 9-game slate on FanDuel. I think they have the Cubs game. Not sure. I haven't really looked at it. Yeah, they don't have the other afternoons, I don't believe. So, 9-gamer on FanDuel, 8-game on DK. Reminder, this is a first look at the pitching options on the slate, and I am looking at DraftKings as that is where majority of my action is. If you do play on FanDuel, cut my pool in half or so. Pricing isn't quite as tight. You don't have to be as creative. It allows you to get stacks you want with an upper tier-ish pitcher. Now let's just jump in. Obviously DK's got a couple of these games listed with some potential weather concerns. There's some delay threats in a couple of places. Pittsburgh being one, Cleveland and Cincinnati, I believe, others, but we should be okay as far as I'm concerned. Obviously, pay attention to updates the closer we get to slate start time. Hopefully, DraftKings decides to not screw us over like they did last night and have somebody accidentally lock the San Diego Cleveland game 20 minutes before game time, and then not allow any swaps to be made. But that was a fun thing to deal with, and hopefully everybody got a hold of them and is waiting on their credits back. I'm told that it'll take 72 hours or up to 72 hours. So, anyways, let's just jump into today's slate. Arizona, Atlanta. I'm just not interested in Bryce Elder. It's arguably his best start of the year, I think. Second best start of the year. Came against this team, this Arizona team, but that was way back at the beginning of April. This version of Arizona just not striking out at all. I'm just not thinking that he's going to do that same thing. He is better at home, but still, he just doesn't strike anybody out, period. So, especially at home, I just don't think we need to go to Elder. But at the same time, I think I am playing Michael Soroka. Maybe that feels a little dirtier. I'm not sure. Returning to Atlanta, maybe a little bit of a revenge narrative. He has been much worse on the road from an ERA standpoint. But fantasy points, he's been pretty solid. His underlying numbers have been better on the road. So, plus Atlanta is struggling right now. They could definitely wake up, that's for sure. But they are struggling a bit. So I think I would play Soroka. I think he just has more upside in this matchup. He's had more upside this season. 32 is a high. About as often as Elder is in the 20s. So I'll take Soroka over Elder in this one. Boston and Pitt. I'm gonna be debating Patrick Sandoval. He hasn't really shown any upside yet. His walks are up. Strikeouts have kind of come down the last couple. I know Pittsburgh offers a lot of strikeout upside, and they can definitely struggle against left-handed pitching. So, that's the one reason that I want to consider Sandoval, but I just don't know if I'm going to get there. I am a Sandoval fan, but that 1-7 whip is just gross. He did finally go 6 innings last start, but still, 92 or less pitches in every start. Sandoval might just be a better FanDuel play, to be honest. Since on DK, we have to deal with those walks and base hits, etc. Lake Basher, or Bashar, I don't even know how to. He went to UW Whitewater here in Wisconsin, and I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Being lengthened out, probably a 3-inning guy, maybe 4. But, he's probably just a 60-pitch guy, so that's not going to be in play for us. Yankees and Blue Jays. Ryan Weathers taking on a Toronto team that's definitely struggled. They did strike out a decent amount against Schlittler. Weather's kind of all over the place in the strikeouts. Walks can show up, etc. But one run or fewer in 5 of his last 6 starts. He has struggled both times against Toronto this season, a negative 2.4 and an 11.8. Obviously, it he can struggle, right? Like he's kind of got that wildness to him. His home runs allowed rate plummets when on the road. He's just been a much better pitcher on the road with the Yankees. So, uh, as much as I don't, you know, try to attack Toronto, I think we just have to right now. Vlad went on the concussion IL as well, so it's just overall that lineup is definitely weakened. Dylan Cease on the other side, coming off of a rougher performance. Walks jumped up, gave up 2 home runs, just wasn't the sharpest. Still got to throw 104 pitches. Like he's going to throw the most pitches on the slate. Has ridiculous upside. You know, less than a month ago, he put up nearly 51. He's got a 41, numerous 30s. Like he just a ton of upside. He did have some struggles against New York the first time he faced them. When was that start? Let's take a look. Back in mid-May. So it's been a while. It's tough to not play Dylan Cease the way that the Yankee offense is performing, or not performing, I should say. He hasn't been as strong at home, but still, his K numbers are through the roof at home. So the K upside is immense. I will gladly be using him as my SP1 on this slate. White Sox in Detroit. Drew Anderson is a name that kind of intrigues me a little bit. I just don't know if he has enough upside. Made a 28 pitch jump from 2 appearances ago to last one. He's not going to make another 28 pitch jump, to 100, but we should see probably 85 to 90, probably 5 innings. The White Sox lineup can struggle a little bit. Anderson's been pretty good from a K standpoint, but that's as a reliever. Kind of remains to be seen what he's going to do when he lengthens back out. He did strike out 7 in this one early in the season in 4 2/3. But, a lot of times when we see guys that have been working in the bullpen get stretched out, their K numbers kind of take a little bit to catch up as they're kind of just more focused on putting in innings. So I think I'm going to end up passing on Anderson, but it's a spot that I'm kind of intrigued by. On the other side, you get Sean Burke, 19 DK points the first time he faced Detroit. Was pretty strong in that game. Didn't pick up the win, unfortunately. He's pitching on the road where he's been even better than he's been at home this season. He's been a huge surprise all season long. 2 starts ago, kind of came back down to earth, and all of a sudden last start, he just bounced right back up. Just a phenomenal run over the last month and a half, to be honest. 29, 33, 27, 26, 30, 28, and then a 9 in there. So Sean Burke definitely going to be somebody that we want to have pretty heavy exposure to on this slate. Miami, Cincinnati. I just can't go to Lodolo. I keep waiting for him to show up. I'm a fan of Lodolo. All the injuries kind of probably have done some damage to him. His numbers at home are pretty bad. Miami's not a team to worry about, though, especially against left-handed pitching. Stowers is on the IL. Left-handed pitcher gets to negate the hot hitting of Conine a bit. Even Marcy and Joe Mack. So it might not be a terrible thought to use him. I just don't think I can get there. At 6,800, and based on what I've seen so far, I would much rather play Sandoval and Dean Kramer, who we'll get to in a little bit. Miami side, Yuri Perez, the way that he's been throwing it, we got to play him. He has 28 plus in 3 out of his last 7 starts. Another 20 in there, a couple 15s, but I just like the upside, and we know that Cincinnati strikes out a ton. I would not be shocked if Yuri Perez puts up his first double-digit strikeout performance of the season. It's not a guarantee. He did have some struggles against them earlier this season. Allowed a ton of base runners. And air kind of helped him in that regard to have some of those runs unearned. But his average against on the road is phenomenal, 194. His walks jump up though, slightly higher home run allowed rate, but his K rate jumps as well on the road. So Cincinnati strikes out a ton of upside for Yuri Perez. Two of my favorite guys there, are sub 9K and Sean Burke and Yuri Perez. Pretty good pricing. Makes him a little easier to pair with even Dylan Cease for some extreme upside. San Diego, Cleveland, Casey Mize. Start number 3 with San Diego. First one was horrendous. Came back and was decent against Milwaukee. I think people are going to consider him in this one against Cleveland, and I understand it. I'm not going to do it. One start against Cleveland wasn't bad. His whip was super low. I don't really like it. And the fact that Yuri Perez is $100 more and Sean Burke's only $300 more, just give me those two far more than I'd want to have played Casey Mize. On the other side, you get Tanner Bybee. I can never get Bybee right. I'll be honest. He is at his best when pitching at home, whatever the best is, even though he's given up 17 home runs in 80 home innings. That's insane. What is that? One every 4.7 innings, roughly 4.6 innings. Nearly 2 home runs per 9 at home. It's not ideal. Some of the San Diego bats have been warmer recently. He's given up 2 runs or more in 5 straight starts and 7 of 8. So I think it's pretty easy to pass on Bybee, which means today will be the first, be the time that I wish I would have played him because I would have gotten him right. But it's just the way it goes. Like every season, there's always some guys, that I just can't get right. Other people just can't get right. It's kind of a weird dynamic that happens. But Washington and the Mets get Christian Scott and Jake Irvin. I will be playing Christian Scott. I do believe that this Washington lineup has been weakened quite a bit, by the trade of Luis Garcia, the trade of Curtis Mead, the injury to James Wood. Just a lot of stuff going on. I think there's a lot of upside for Christian Scott, so I am willing to take that chance. It could backfire, but he does allow a lot more base runners at home, which is really frustrating. But I still believe in him. There's a lot of upside in his ability. He hasn't gone above 7 strikeouts since the end of May though, which is a little annoying. But he does have exactly 7 strikeouts in 4 of the last 7 starts. So I think there's some pretty serious upside for him on this particular slate. 7,500 is a pretty good price tag. Last game on the slate, the Phillies and Twins. Andrew Painter looked pretty good in his last one. The walks kind of got to him. I'm going to pass on Painter. I don't really want to chase that. He hasn't really shown any consistency at all. Doesn't really follow up strong starts with another strong one. So I think it's an easy pass for me. On the other side, Dean Kramer looked great last start. He's looked pretty good in 2 starts with the Twins. 2 runs allowed on 4 hits in 12 innings so far. There's K upside against Philadelphia. He just has to avoid allowing home runs to Schwarber, Bryce Harper, etc. because he can give up some home runs to left-handed hitters. But there you have it. There's my first look at the pitching options on the slate. Hopefully you enjoy what I bring to you. If you do, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell, and get the alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to join us, get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, etc., there will be a link in the description below. You can use promo code BOOK, BOOK. That'll get you 20% off any membership at DFS Army. There's a link to the merch store. You can check out my design, the hoodies, etc., some of the other stuff that we do have going on. And as always, best of luck, everybody.